Hi, everyone. Welcome back again this week. I hope you are having an amazing day. This week's post is titled, Can We Change Other People? What do you think? Is it possible to change other people? There came a point in my younger adult life where I decided that no, it was impossible to change other people. Then I realized that my actions and my words, my behaviors could affect change in other people. Maybe not immediate, huge, dramatic shifts, but certainly consistent, smaller ripples that over time can create bigger waves of change. So now I believe that if I, for instance, practice forgiveness, that others around me will be inclined to practice forgiveness too. And if I practice being compassionate, that those around me will be influenced to practice compassion as well. And if I'm loving and kind and grateful, that those around me will pick up on being more loving and kind and grateful themselves. So now I believe in the possibility of impacting and creating ripples with people whose path I cross. Research in science provides evidence that when it comes to happiness and positivity, that we can positively impact and affect change in others. Shawn Achor is a happiness researcher, an author, and speaker known for his advocacy of positive psychology. And Shawn suggests several ways to inspire positive change in others. His tips allow for subtle shifts and gentle ripples of change. So I want to give you today some of his suggestions for creating shifts in others towards positivity and happiness. So the first one is called the praise habit. And I love this. It's praising one person each day, one new person each day about a strength that they possess and how they are using it. This is a quick habit, but it's a powerful way to inspire happiness and a deep sense of confidence and appreciation, one person at a time. The praise habit. Love that. The next one's called the power lead. Love this one too. So when you initiate a conversation or a meeting or any interaction, start it off with something positive and optimistic. This establishes the trajectory for the rest of the conversation. It's due to the mirror neuron effect, with the other person will typically respond in kind. It's how we're hardwired. So if we're modeling positive behavior, it helps set the tone for how the other person will respond and how the other person will see the world. So here's how it would go. Something simple as, "Hey, it's a great day. How are you doing?" This will, like I said, set the tone. It's a great day. How are you doing? And they will respond in kind. So there are multiple realities going on at all times. And it's important to choose the valuable reality and share that as your power lead instead of sharing the negative reality. When we prioritize making a difference in the world, then we find meaning, and that builds our happiness. So the next one's called the positive lead. Love this one as well, especially if you have children. And this is a great way to initiate conversation at the end of their school day. It's also great with your spouse or friend or roommate at the end of a workday. The positive lead asks questions that don't lead people to a specific answer. You are just leading them to positive territory. So, for instance, instead of saying, "How was your day?" which is a pretty typical, common question to ask somebody, instead ask, "What was the best part of your day?" That allows them to scan their day and look for the positive. So, like I said, I especially love this one with the kids. The next one is called the 10-5 way. And this is a simple habit that entails basically acknowledging the other person. It's looking up from your cell phone, from your computer, and making eye contact and acknowledging another person. Here's how it works. So when you're about to pass someone, on the sidewalk or in a hallway, when you're 10 feet away, initiate eye contact. And then when you're 5 feet away, say hello. It's a simple gesture that builds social connection. And studies have shown that company morale substantially increases just with the implementation of this one small gesture, 10-5 way. So the next one is called joy versus junk. So people bond more over joy than they do over junk. So if you're talking with someone, instead of talking about all the things that are going wrong in your life or in the world, chat with them about all of the things that are going well, all of the goodness, all of the joy, all of the happiness that's in your life, and that will create the bond. If you know what motivates and brings someone joy, then you bond more with them. So find ways to have conversations about joy more than about junk. Shift your water cooler talk to something positive, and strong social connections create happier lives. The next one is called social happy hour. And what Shawn Achor suggests here is to invite a group of 2 to 3 friends or coworkers to have a conversation about what causes them the most happiness in their lives right now and what motivates them to wake up and get up in the morning. So some of the most meaningful and powerful moments of change in our life occur in the midst of deep connection. In our fast-paced world, though, it's easy for conversations to sometimes revolve around the what instead of the why, or to focus on the fires that need to be put out instead of the joy in the present moment. For social happy hour, your goal is to create connections around happiness, around goodness. Have a conversation about what causes the most happiness in their lives right now, what they are grateful for, and what challenging negativity they might face. Research shows we feel much more connected to people when we know the motivation rather than the gossip on the people around us. Okay, so a couple more quick ones here. Wave and or smile campaign. So a simple 1-second behavioral change can transform a whole community. Something simple as waving or smiling as you pass by your neighbors or coworkers. So it's such an easy one, and yet a lot of times we're running on that hamster wheel and we're rushing and we're thinking about what our next thing on our agenda is, and we don't take that brief moment to wave, to smile, again, to acknowledge another human being. So give that one a shot. The next one's called creating victories. The key to getting other people to change their behavior is to give their brain a victory. We've got to get that first win before we can move people in the positive direction. And sometimes we get wins at work or at home and we don't even know it because no one is telling us. No one is praising us. The only thing we may hear is the negative on our evaluation at work or from our parents, letting us know the things that we aren't doing, the things that we are doing wrong or need to do better, right? So Shawn Achor says that if you wait for the outcome to celebrate, that you've waited too long. He says don't praise and celebrate the outcomes, praise and celebrate the process and the behavior that led to those outcomes. And the outcomes will change. So an example would be of a child doing well on a spelling test. If you praise and celebrate the grade, then he says you're limiting their potential because they'll be afraid to take a risk. They'll be afraid of failure. They'll play it safe next time in order to receive the praise. So don't praise the outcome. Praise small wins throughout the process. And small wins are so very important to creating change, to helping people be motivated to continue down the path of change. And so the last one here is positive to negative interactions. And this is such an interesting one that I have read about in many different places. And research indicates that a ratio of 5 to 1 of positive interactions to negative interactions is necessary in order to maintain a healthy relationship, or for a team, for instance, to work at its maximum potential. So in essence, you need 5 deposits into the bank of positivity for every 1 withdrawal of negativity or criticism. So think about that, in your work life or in your marriage. 5 positive interactions to every 1 negative interaction sets you up for a healthy relationship and sets your team up for its maximum potential. So I encourage you to go ahead and test drive some or all of these suggestions for inspiring happiness, positivity, and change in others. Create a ripple of goodness out into the world through your actions and your behaviors. I believe that my actions, my thoughts, my behaviors do impact others. They do change others. They do change the world. Change your mind, change the world. I would love to hear your feedback. What do you think about these suggestions for inspiring positivity? Do you think they can help to change others? I would love to hear your thoughts, and I would love to hear how it goes as you test drive some of these suggestions this week. So drop me a comment or send me an email, and have an amazing week, inspiring happiness in others, and I will look forward to being with you again next week. Bye.